and welcome back to Introduction to Digital Fashion Illustration 3D for Beginners. I am Natasha from Tashrael, and today I will be talking about this menu. So I call that the menu bar, and I call that the menu bar because it has a lot of options which allows you to save, exist, undo, redo, rule, divide your illustrations and whatnot. So I'll be looking at it one by one. Now this right here is to hide or see all the bars. To hide or see all of the bars. So if I click on mine, you'd see that my bars reappear. The toolbar, the menu bar, and the layer bar reappear. And then when I tap it again, it disappears. So that is what that option is for. Now this is your color. This option right here is your color. I don't know if to call it your color palettes. Aside from it being your color palette, it is also a shortcut to increase or reduce the size or the opacity of your pencil or eraser. Now, this works like I tap on that black area. I just tapped on the black area and then the color wheel shows, and also the Copic color palette is also there. And then when I tap on the pencil, nothing other than your pencil, your eraser, and the option which you also have on the toolbar comes out. So you can select from which of these tools you would like to use. But then watch, if I drag it to the left, it reduces the size of my pencil. Let me move this somewhere else so you can see. If I drag it to the left, it reduces the size of my pencil. If you can see, the arrow shows blue towards the left. Now if I drag it to the right, it increases the size of my pencil. Increase, reduce, left, right. You can try that. If I drag it up, it increases the opacity. Whereas if I drag it down, it reduces the opacity. So that is what your color palette is used for, your paint palette. That is what it is used for. And when you tap on it, you can see it, or you tap on it to remove it. So you can either move it around. You can also move it around to help you with when you want to move your illustrations around and this is in the way, you can move it around. Now this is the red arrow right here. The red arrow right here and the green arrow is the redo and undo option. So if I tap on the red, you'd see that everything that I have done in the past 10 seconds would undo. And if I tap it green, then I bring it right back. Now this is for when you make mistakes. When you make mistakes and you want to correct your mistakes. So this is when you use the undo and redo button. Now this right here, hold on. So this right here is your, sorry, please hold on, let me increase the opacity of this and increase the size a little bit as well. All right, so I'm set. This right here is your save and exit menu. Now this is, just like Microsoft Word, you have this option where you tap and then it tells you whether you want to create a new page, you want to save, you want to do whatever it is you want to do. So this right there is your save, exit, and also your settings menu. So you can either share, you can create a new sketch, you can save to your gallery, you can do a lot of things with this menu. You could just check them on your own to help you understand. And finally, we come to this option right here. Now this is very important in any of your illustrations. You'll be needing this a lot. This is the ruler menu. You can select, divide. The selection is when you draw shapes and you want to color, you want to paint just that particular shape area, and then you click select and select that. I'm going to be showing you that when we start the tutorials proper. Now the symmetry as well is when you want to divide your page into two, and so whatever you draw here appears on the second side. If you divide it into the other way around, whatever you draw here appears on the other side. This is very useful when you're drawing faces. It's very useful when you're drawing faces, and you can draw your eyes at the same time, the two eyes at the same time, the nose, and whatnot. I hardly use it because I do most of my sketches on paper and then import it to my sketchbook app. So, and I'm going to be showing you that also in the next previous videos to come. So this is your symmetry. This is for symmetry. Now the next one is styles. If you want to draw shape and you're not so confident with how straight your hand could be, you could just use the ruler, this shapes option. You could draw a circle, an oval, a rectangle, a square, whatever it is you want to do. So that is what that option is for. Now the next is the time lapse. Now this is for when you want to record the process of your illustration and you want to make it into a movie or something. It's very useful for social media, pretty much. Then you have the fill. This helps you to fill a particular area, a particular shape with color, and you can also do it in light and dark areas like shading. So that is what the fill is for, pretty much. And then you can increase the tolerance or reduce the tolerance. Now the next one is the guides. This helps you to be very careful of whatever it is you are doing. Maybe you have a specific measurement that you use to draw an item. You'd hardly use this in a fashion illustration, but it is also very useful. It can come in very handy from time to time. Now you have the option to import images from either your gallery or not. You can import sketches. You can import sketches and do a lot of things with it. And if you notice, when you import an image, it will create a new layer for you. Let me show you. It's created, this is, now I have two layers. If you look previously, I had one layer, but now I have two layers. So that is what the import images is for. Then transform, and then if you want to write anything, you can add a text or whatever, like put your name on your illustrations. Now my advice for using the Sketchbook app is that you make sure that you save all your illustrations to not just your camera roll or your picture folder, but you also save it to the gallery in your application. It is very important for change. In case you want to come back to a sketch and change one or two things later, it is very important that you save your sketches to your app gallery. And you have two ways to save. You could either save through here, to the gallery, or you could pinch it, and then it saves automatically. When you pinch, it saves. And then if you look to the bottom of my screen, you will see that I have a plus and I have this other. This is to either share, slideshow, rotate. You can see all the options here. And then the plus sign is to add new sketch, scan sketches, new image from iTunes, probably add music to it, especially when you're using the time lapse option. So also, okay, I have said that. And the pinch to save comes in a settings, but I think it comes by default. It depends on the version of the application you're using, but I think it comes by default, but you can also change that in your settings. So now, thank you for watching the introduction to digital fashion illustration for beginners, And in the next video, I'm going to be teaching you how to make use of all of these tools, as many as possible for all of these tools, so that we can get onto the real sketches. So in the next video, we're going to be learning how to draw a sketch using many of the tools. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.